Hey guys, Unseen Hero here, my first Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. It's against Axel. I met this guy on a XAT chat or XAT chat, however you like to pronounce it, and he's looking for an OU battle, and I asked if he'd just like a normal battle, and he said yes. So here's what we got. He has a Talonflame, which I'm expecting is the standard set. He scares the most of my team due to his priority, so the only thing I have to counter it is my Tyrantrum, which is actually the best counter I find for Talonflame, since he resists almost every single physical move that Talonflame has except for Steel Wing, but I don't think any Talonflame carries Steel Wing. Cloyster, it could be a spinner or a physical wall, but I see the Ferrothorn right next to it, so I expect it to be the Shell Smash variant with a Focus Sash, so I know that I want to get my Stealth Rock as fast as possible. I see Ferrothorn, he's not too much of a threat. My Arcanine or my Excelgor or my Absol can take care of him without a problem, so I just skip by him. I see Lucario. He could be a physical or a special attacker. I'm expecting more of a special attacker since I see the physical Talonflame, physical Cloyster, and only one special attacker, which is his Hydreigon. So I'm expecting more of a special Lucario. Then after that I see the Togekiss. The Togekiss is obviously a special wall. I'm expecting the Paraflinch or whatever that it could carry, the Serene Grace. It's not too threatening because my Arcanine can take care of it pretty well, and he's the one I'm counting on the most. And most of my team is physical, not really special, so it's not too much of a problem. Next is Hydreigon. I know most Hydreigon are choiced in some manner, either special or scarfed. Spect or scarfed, sorry. And I know he's a special attacker, so he's not too threatening to my team, and I decide to lead off with my Spiritomb. My opponent leads off with his Hydreigon. I couldn't ask for a better matchup since my Spiritomb is especially defensive. I decide to go for the Will-O-Wisp while he goes for the Draco Meteor, and after seeing the amount of damage this does, I see that it's choice Spect instead of choice Scarfed. I should have gone for the Plane Split here, because it could have given more longevity to my Spiritomb, but getting the Will-O-Wisp is not too bad for the residual damage. So this turn I decided to go for the Pain Split just in case the Draco Meteor could miss, but he hits it, and my Spiritomb didn't really have any more use for his team, so I just didn't mind it dying and leaving his Hydreigon with -4 special attack. At -4 special attack, I switch into my Tyrantrum safely and take one Draco Meteor and set up a Stealth Rock over the next turn. I use my Stealth Rocks here knowing I can survive a hit from this Hydreigon, but he switches into his Ferrothorn, which is his defensive wall. I guess that he thought that I'd be a physical attacking Tyrantrum, but I'm actually a physical wall. This turn I decided to go for the Dragon Tail, knowing that I can live one hit, but he goes for the T-Wave, and I have a Lumberry on this Tyrantrum. I actually have it because I don't have any other leftovers, but after seeing how crucial it is, I think I might leave the Lumberry on Tyrantrum, because it seems to be pretty useful in other battles. So I go for the Dragon Tail, and luckily for me, his Ferrothorn gets switched out, and I get the Cloyster to come in, which takes the Stealth Rocks, and now the Focus Sash that I was fearing is now gone. I don't need my Tyrantrum any longer, so I go for the Dragon Tail just on the off chance he goes for a Shell Smash, but he goes for the Icicle Spear, and unfortunately for him, he actually gets minimum damage, and I'm able to survive with 1 HP and get off the Dragon Tail. So Hydreigon comes on and takes Stealth Rock's damage and the residual damage from Burn. At this point, my Tyrantrum has no more use, so I just let him die. My opponent goes for the safe Dark Pulse, considering his choice, and Dark Pulse can hit a majority of my team. At this point, I bring in my Jacka, which is Arcanine is my favorite Pokemon, so that is why he has the same name as my in-game character. And I bring my Arcanine knowing that nothing on his team can take a third hit safely. As I stated before, I go for the Bandit Flivis on his Hydreigon, able to take it out, and since I was able to outspeed, it just goes to show that he was Spect and not Scarfed. So he brings on his Talonflame, which takes his Stealth Rocks damage, which is just 50%, but just a good switch in since it's more than likely that his Brave Bird is able to OHKO my Arcanine. Here I decide to switch out to my Excelgor since my Excelgor isn't much of a threat to my opponent's team, and my opponent goes for the Great Play on the Roost, recovering all his HP back. I go for the final Gambit this turn, knowing that Excelgor has 2 more base HP than Talonflame, and he is not HP invested nor goes for the priority flying type move, so I'm able to knock out his Talonflame. Both of our Pokemon are KO'd, so we have to go for a blind switch in. I go for my Absol, seeing as it is my best choice, and he goes for his Togekiss, which is equally his best choice. This turn I decide to Mega Evolve and go for the Ice Beam, knowing that I won't be able to KO this Togekiss, but my Arcanine will be able to sweep. But after seeing how much damage it did, I believe that this Togekiss is not the standard set of 252 HP and special defense, since the max I could do was 35%. He goes for the T-Wave, forgetting about my Magic Bounce, and now he is paralyzed. I go for the Fire Blast this turn, just in case he would switch into his Ferrothorn, his Cloyster, or his Lucario, and he stays in, and his Togekiss faints, and now he brings out his Lucario, which is most probably his Mega. My opponent decides to Mega Evolve this turn, and I am fearing the priority move since Mega Absol is really frail, but Mega Absol does have 3 more base speed than Mega Lucario, so I stay in knowing that a Fire Blast is guaranteed 1-hit KO after Stealth Rock damage, and I'm able to connect my Fire Blast and take out this Mega Lucario. My opponent decides to bring out his Cloyster. I go for the Sucker Punch this turn, knowing it is my safest move. My opponent reveals that he's actually the Shell Smash set, and he actually does not have the Focus Sash but the White Herb. I go for the Sucker Punch once again, and this time I am able to knock out his Cloyster, and he brings out his last Pokemon, his Ferrothorn. At this point it's pretty much good game since a Fire Blast is able to 1-hit KO this Ferrothorn, and luckily for me I am able to connect. So that was a great battle. Thank you, Axel, for that battle, and if any of my viewers would like to battle me, just leave a comment and I'll add you and we can get something to work. And if you like the video, leave a like. If you dislike the video, leave a dislike. If you have some criticism or if you just want to talk, leave a comment and hopefully we can have a talk. So anyways, this is Unseen Hero signing off.